Imagine a woman named Margaret sitting by her living room window. The world outside her glass pane bustled with life. Neighbours chatting on sidewalks, children's laughter echoing through the street, couples hand in hand strolling past blooming flower beds. But inside her home, the ticking of the clock was the loudest sound. Days stretched long and silent, each one blending into the next. Margaret hadn't chosen to be isolated. Life had simply unfolded that way. Her children moved to distant cities, her husband passed on, and friends drifted apart like leaves carried away by the wind. Loneliness crept in like a shadow, dulling the colours of her life. The TV played for company, yet the absence of real conversation lingered like an ache. She often wondered if this was it, if the rest of her life would be defined by this quiet emptiness. But here's the truth, my friend. Margaret's story didn't end there, and yours doesn't have to either. Today, we're going to talk about something that could change your life. If you've been feeling isolated, longing for connection, or simply craving a little more joy, you're in the right place. It's never too late to build new friendships, find a sense of purpose, and fill your days with warmth and laughter. We'll walk through 5 practical, heart-lifting ways to break free from isolation and rediscover the beauty of community. And if you find even one step that resonates with you, it could be the start of something wonderful. So stick with me, and if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. That way, you won't miss more conversations like this, and together we can keep building a life full of meaning and connection, because every day is a chance for a new beginning. And yours can start right now. Engage in local community activities. The world is teeming with people, many of whom are just as eager for connection as you are. But sometimes it takes stepping outside your comfort zone to discover them. I know that first step can feel daunting, like walking through an unfamiliar door without knowing what's on the other side. Yet, more often than not, that door opens to a room filled with kind faces, ready to welcome you in. Start small. Take a gentle stroll to your local senior centre or community hub. These places are built for connection, filled with activities, laughter, and people who understand your stage of life. There might be a card game in progress, a knitting circle sharing stories, or a group gathering for morning coffee. Margaret, the woman we talked about earlier, found her way to a book club. She hesitated outside the building for a full 10 minutes, her heart racing. What if no one talked to her? What if she didn't fit in? But she took a deep breath, walked through the door, and by the end of that first meeting, she had already been invited to lunch. One small decision cracked open the door to a whole new chapter of her life. Local libraries often host events, poetry readings, art classes, or history lectures where you can meet people with shared interests. Community centres organise game nights, movie screenings, and dance lessons. And you'd be surprised how quickly strangers become friends when you're gathered around a puzzle or sharing memories over an afternoon tea. Even local farmers' markets or public parks can be places of connection. Strike up a conversation with a vendor, compliment someone's dog, or simply sit on a bench and smile at people passing by. Sometimes all it takes is a kind word to spark a meaningful exchange. There are even support groups for seniors who've lost loved ones, designed to create a space where people can grieve, heal, and find comfort in each other's presence. These groups remind you that while life changes, companionship remains possible. The truth is, the hardest part is showing up. But once you do, you'll find that people are kinder and more welcoming than you might imagine. And every time you choose to step outside, you increase the chance of stumbling upon someone who could change your life. Or someone whose life you might change. Take that first step, just like Margaret did. The world is waiting to meet you. Use technology to stay connected. Technology can feel intimidating at first, a tangle of unfamiliar buttons and glowing screens. But when you strip away the technical jargon, what you're left with is something incredibly simple. A tool to bring people closer together. Imagine seeing your grandchild's face light up on the screen as they tell you about their day, or joining an online group where people share stories, jokes, and pieces of their hearts. These moments of connection are worth the small learning curve it takes to get comfortable with technology. And the good news? It's easier than you think. Start with the basics. Video calls. If you can dial a phone, you can make a video call. Apps like FaceTime, Zoom, or WhatsApp let you see and talk to family and friends, even if they're miles away. There are countless video tutorials online that walk you through the setup step by step, or better yet, ask a grandchild or neighbor to help you get started. People are often more than happy to teach, and it can turn into a bonding moment all on its own. But video calls are just the beginning. Platforms like Facebook have groups specifically for seniors where you can share stories, seek advice, or just chat with people who understand your life experiences. And apps like Nextdoor connect you with people living right in your neighborhood. A perfect way to discover local events, find walking buddies, or even exchange books with someone down the street. Let me share a real-life story that might inspire you. A grandmother named Rose started a small YouTube channel during the pandemic. She filmed herself cooking her family's old recipes, telling stories about her life while the soup simmered or the bread rose. What started as a way to pass the time blossomed into something extraordinary. People from around the world left comments sharing their own memories of home-cooked meals and thanking her for the warmth she brought to their day. Technology turned Rose's kitchen into a bridge to the world, and that same bridge is available to you. Whether you want to share your own stories or simply listen to others, the internet is brimming with opportunities to connect. It might feel a little awkward at first, like learning to dance when you're not sure of the steps, but with practice, it becomes second nature, and the reward is priceless. Conversations with loved ones, new friendships, and the comforting realization that even on your quietest days, connection is just a click away. So give it a try, because if Rose can turn her cooking into a global community, imagine what beautiful connections might be waiting for you. Find purpose through volunteering. There's a unique kind of fulfillment that comes from giving back, from knowing that your time, your presence, and your life experience can brighten someone else's day. When you volunteer, you're not just helping others, you're reconnecting with a sense of purpose and opening the door to meaningful relationships. Volunteering brings people together naturally. When you work alongside others for a shared cause, conversations flow, friendships form, and a deep sense of belonging emerges. And the beauty of volunteering is that there's something for everyone, no matter your mobility or energy level. If you enjoy being around people, consider mentoring or tutoring younger generations. Schools and libraries often look for volunteers to read to children or help with after-school programs. Imagine the joy of passing down your knowledge, whether it's teaching a child how to read or sharing life lessons with a teenager searching for guidance. Prefer quieter interactions? Telephone buddy programs match seniors with someone to call regularly, a simple, heartfelt way to build a lasting friendship. Even a short conversation can lift someone's spirits, including your own. For those who like to stay active, food banks, soup kitchens, and community gardens always appreciate extra hands. And local hospitals or care facilities often welcome volunteers to visit patients, offer companionship, or assist with small tasks. Your presence alone can bring comfort to someone feeling isolated or unwell. You can even volunteer from the comfort of your home. Many organizations offer opportunities to write letters to deployed soldiers, create care packages for people in need, or contribute to online support groups. The act of helping others has a powerful ripple effect. It reminds you that you still have so much to give, that your kindness, compassion, and wisdom are valuable gifts to the world. And in giving those gifts, you receive something just as precious: connection, friendship, and a renewed sense of purpose. So take a moment to reflect on what lights you up. Is it sharing knowledge, offering comfort, lending a hand? Whatever it is, there's a place for you. And the day you decide to step into that space could be the day your world grows brighter and more connected than you ever imagined. Explore new hobbies and interests. There's a quiet magic in trying something new, a spark that reminds you that life still holds surprises no matter your age. When you dive into a fresh hobby or rediscover an old interest, you invite joy, curiosity, and most importantly, connection into your life. Because hobbies don't just fill your time, they open doors to friendships and shared experiences. Creativity is a wonderful place to start. Painting, knitting, writing, or playing a musical instrument gives you an outlet for expression and an opportunity to join local or online groups of people who share your passion. Art classes, writing workshops, or community choirs can become regular social gatherings where relationships blossom naturally over shared creativity. If you prefer movement, consider joining a local walking club, dance class, or senior exercise group. Physical activities boost both your health and your social life, giving you regular opportunities to meet people while caring for your body. Even something as simple as a weekly stretch class can become a cornerstone of your routine, where familiar faces turn to friends over time. Learning is another powerful avenue for connection. Libraries, community centres, and local colleges often offer classes tailored for seniors, whether it's learning a new language, mastering photography, or diving into local history. Education has a way of bringing people together, sparking discussions that can lead to deep and lasting friendships. Gardening clubs, bird-watching groups, cooking classes, whatever sparks your interest, chances are there's a community for it. And if there isn't, you can start one. Host a monthly game night, organise a knitting circle, or invite neighbours over for a potluck dinner. You might be surprised at how many people are looking for exactly what you have to offer. The beauty of hobbies is that they fill your days with purpose and pleasure. But beyond that, they gently weave connection into your life, turning solitary moments into shared memories. And every new skill you try or interest you pursue becomes a thread in the ever-growing tapestry of your life, one that's richer, more vibrant, and filled with the warmth of human connection. Self-care and mental well-being. Caring for yourself is the foundation of finding joy again. It might sound simple, but tending to your emotional and physical well-being makes it easier to step into connection with others. When you nurture your own heart, body, and mind, you build the strength to embrace life's possibilities, and that includes building meaningful relationships. One of the most powerful habits you can cultivate is a daily self-check-in. Ask yourself, how am I feeling today? And be honest with the answer. If you're feeling low, treat yourself with the same gentleness you would offer a dear friend. Maybe that means taking a quiet walk in nature, listening to music that soothes your soul, or simply sitting with a cup of tea and allowing yourself to rest. Physical activity, even in small amounts, makes a tremendous difference. A short stroll around the block, light stretching, or tending to your garden can lift your mood and bring clarity to your thoughts. And the more you care for your body, the more energy you'll have to engage with the world around you. I've always found that keeping a gratitude journal works wonders. Every morning I jot down 3 things I'm thankful for. Even on difficult days, it might be the warmth of the sun on my face, a call from an old friend, or the smell of coffee brewing in the kitchen. Focusing on the good, even in small doses, gradually shifts your perspective, reminding you that beauty and kindness exist all around you. And remember, seeking support is a sign of strength, not weakness. If feelings of sadness or loneliness become overwhelming, reaching out to a counselor, joining a support group, or talking to a trusted friend can be life-changing. You don't have to navigate difficult emotions alone. Caring for yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary, because when you feel grounded, healthy, and at peace, you naturally radiate that energy outward, and that light draws people to you, inviting connection, companionship, and the quiet reassurance that life is still filled with hope and possibility. Loneliness may try to convince you that life's best moments are behind you, but that simply isn't true. Every day you wake up is a new chance to build connections, to share laughter, and to discover unexpected joy. Margaret, the woman we talked about earlier, never imagined how much her life could change. But because she took that first step, her days are now filled with friendships, purpose, and the quiet contentment of knowing she's not alone. And you have that same power. Which of these steps speaks to you the most? Will you visit a community centre, try a video call, or start a new hobby? Whatever it is, promise yourself you'll try. Even the smallest action can ripple out, slowly but surely transforming your life. And if this message touched your heart, share it with someone who might need it. Because sometimes all it takes is hearing the right words at the right time to change a life. You are loved, you are needed. And no matter where you are right now, your story is still being written. The next chapter is yours to create. And I hope, with all my heart, that it's filled with love, friendship, and the beautiful reminder that you belong.